Is vectors truly the hardest JC1 topic? Over here, I have a vectors basic question from ACJC that I thought every J1 student need to know how to solve. And it's basically asking the concept of length of projection, which is your projection vector. And it's very hard for J1 students to visualize this because in secondary school, the vectors that you deal with are just so simple, right? So I'm going to use this opportunity to explain it to you. Now, over here is my origin, and then let's say here is B, right? And then from O to B, this line is my vector OB, whereby OB has a vector of 1k5. Right? And then let's say A is here, and then OA will be this vector over here, whereby OA is given as -1, 3, 3. So the projection vector of OB onto OA would be this vector over here that I'm going to highlight in yellow over here, whereby it's like the shadow of B onto A. So imagine we shine a torchlight down this direction, right? The shadow that will form is this on the floor over here. And this shadow that we form is essentially the projected vector of B onto A. So now our whole goal is to find out what's the length of this vector, and there's a formula for this, which is mod OB dot OA then caret over here, right? And it takes a lot of time to actually explain the formula, the logic behind this, so I will not be going through that in this video. But if you're still confused about it, I filmed a video in the library of A1 Math Academy where I reteach the whole entire JC1 vectors topic so that you can really understand this topic and not just second guess yourself every time you do this topic. So if you want to get access to a library, all you got to do is WhatsApp this number after this video, and I'll send you a demo link as well as an information kit to provide you all the information about the library should you decide to get it. Now, if we take a look at OB.OA, just using this formula that we know, then this will be the length of projection of OB onto OA, and it'll be as simple as taking modulus OB.OA over the length of OA, right? Because take note that this over here is a unit vector. Okay, therefore this would just be modulus, then B is 1k5 dot -133 over square root of -1 square plus 3 square plus 3 square, right? As simple as that. So remember to put the modulus at the top over here because we are talking about length, and length cannot be negative, so we put the modulus to enforce the length to be positive over there. So therefore this will be modulus -k will be -1 plus 3k plus 15, right? And then this will be over square root of 19. Therefore the final answer would just be 3k plus 14 modulus over root 19. And take note that you cannot remove the modular sign over here because you don't know what the value of k is, right? So k is unknown. So since k is unknown, we don't know if positive or negative, right? That's why we put the modulus there to enforce positive at all times. And this is the final answer to this question over here. Okay, so J1 students, this is the start of a brand new year. Make sure your foundations are solid before you move on to the harder topics later on. And if you are still struggling with J1 math, I have a library that teaches you the whole syllabus from scratch that you can access 24/7 anytime. If you'd like to get more information on that, just WhatsApp the number on the screen over here and I'll send you the details there.